different singlets just a year ago. You know, Swiderski at Iowa State, McNeil at North Carolina. These guys are very tough. Both have been on the podium at the NCAA tournament. And I love the style of both of these athletes. You know, McNeil, a guy who's represented the Canadian national team on a few occasions. And I got a chance to spend a few days out in Stillwater, Oklahoma in May, and I got a chance to wrestle with Swiderski, and man, he's tough and takes a lot of risks. Just gritty, takes shots, takes chances. As courageous as they come, he's a big-time gamer.
Came to Stillwater from Iowa State, where as a sophomore in 2024, he placed 7th at 149. That season, 24 wins, 13 bonus points. Last season, missed it due to injury. From Dundee, Michigan, he was a 4-time Michigan State champ. Battled some injuries in his career, but when he's right, he's right.
Yeah, and he's tough. He's disciplined, but he's also a good athlete. Moves well, takes chances, which this is the hardest thing to teach in wrestling. Doesn't know how much you know. It's about, are you willing to execute? And he's a guy that's going to shoot 5 to 6 times a period. In sheer volume, he gives himself a chance to hit the long ball.
No score, 60 seconds in. McNeil, a grad transfer from North Carolina. Great career for the Tar Heels. 3-time All-American, won over 20 matches in each of the last 3 seasons. He was 5th last March in Philly. Beat Ethan Styles 8-4 in that 5th place match. Styles, talking about the transfer portal, was at Oregon State. Now he's at Ohio State. Shot there by Swiderski. Good exchange on the edge halfway through the first. What have you noticed 90 seconds in?
What I've noticed is Swiderski's taking a lot of the risks and a lot of the chances, but McNeil, this is kind of what he does. He's tall, he's long, he's rangy. He's got a really good frame for the 149-pound weight class, but he's a guy that makes you take chances on him, and then he capitalizes on your mistakes. Holds good position. Not exceptionally fast, but just does a really good job of getting to the places and scoring points when necessary.
McNeil top 3 at ACCs the last 3 years. Last March, fell in the ACC final 4-1 in sudden victory to Caleb Henson of Virginia Tech. Here's Swiderski. Good opportunity, but you see the hip defense from McNeil.
And look at how he's draping over top on that right side with that crotch lift. But if Swiderski pops his head, now he's going to try to elevate and back up to his feet. And look at McNeil trying to lock out that knee. Continuous swipes at that foot. Nothing
Swiderski
yet.
Scrambles out of bounds. Originally, Jordan, they gave him the 3, and then they waved it off. And what a great example right there. These guys, Jordan, just fight every single position. McNeil looked like he had him dead to rights, and Swiderski wouldn't have it.
Well, you can't stop wrestling here, especially in a match like this against an opponent of this caliber. We talked a lot about scoring at the end of periods. 25 seconds left in the period. You can't give up those type of takedowns. Lives to fight another day, keeps himself in the match.
What's it like, Jordan, when you are so close to scoring at a guy and you can't capitalize?
It's a bit frustrating, to be completely honest with you. It's really frustrating because of the fact that you don't get a lot of those chances. McNeil was deep in on the leg, and we got a stalling in the first. Can he run it down?
Time will expire. A stall call on McNeil rates. It might be 0-0 on the scoreboard, but that was some good action for 3 minutes.
This is the best 0-0 match I've ever seen. We've got no scores, but it feels like we've seen a ton of action.
Choice goes to Swiderski. The Cowboy will defer. And the now Michigan Wolverine going to take some getting used to seeing McNeil in that maize and blue. Mentioned a 3-time All-American. He was 4th in 2023 and 6th in 2024 before that 5th place finish in Philly last March. Quickly pops to his feet. And able to get the escape. McNeil on the board, 1-0.
You know, what's interesting is you see the schools that these individuals go to in the transfer portal, very similar to their original choices. Right, McNeil, a place like UNC in the ACC, but a beautiful campus known for its academic rigor and prowess. A very prestigious school. Finds himself at Michigan. You know, Swiderski going from a small town like Ames, Iowa, with wrestling-centric town, and finds himself in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Not a whole lot to do, but they love to wrestle.
Yes, they do. Deep shot here for Swiderski. And Casey Swiderski will take the lead. The Cowboy 3-1.
And Swiderski packs a lot of power and explosiveness in that small frame. When he shoots, he means business. And he shoots with a lot of velocity in all of his attacks, and did a really good job finishing that single leg there.
Swiderski saying sitting out last season, really all about perspective. Said he learned a lot sitting in the bleachers, and a new perspective in the fact that he gets to do this. When you take something away from you that you love, you get a new appreciation for it.
Well, when you make the transition to college, you automatically assume you're going to continue to progress, continue to win, but also continue to love it. And that's really hard. It's difficult to do. You're away from home. You've got a lot of things that are nipping for your attention, distractions, and trying to manage a social life and the academics of being in a collegiate program. It's just really hard. And so he's someone that I would say has underperformed of what his expectations were coming out of high school, but now he finds himself in the right place. I think this is going to be a really good home for him at Oklahoma State.
One of my favorite events, we had it a couple of weeks ago. Who's number one on FloWrestling? We had it in Coralville, Iowa. In the main event, we'll see Jesse Mendez and Swiderski's former teammate Anthony Echemendia. Swiderski beat Jesse Mendez at Flo's Who's Number One. That's a great event. My favorite high school event of the season, Who's Number One. And I love the All-Star Classic. Inside of 10 seconds, Swiderski taking the lead, dives in late once again as he did to close out the first. And we will go to the third in a one-point match. Swiderski deferred to end the second. He'll go on bottom. Of course, Oklahoma State, as you mentioned, 34 team national titles, 492 All-American honors, 145 individual national titles, and a few Hodge Trophy winners as well. And Steve Mocco, Alex Duringer, and most recently, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrickson. Where do you keep your Hodge?
I don't even have it. It's actually at the University of Nebraska.
Is it?
My alma mater. They built a small memoriam for my senior year, and they have the trophy presented there at the wrestling room.
Super cool. So McNeil in this top position has that right leg figure forward. If you're Swiderski, tough place to be. What's the first thing you have to accomplish?
Well, you've got to clear your leg. So whether it's a mule kick or going two legs over one, and trying to find a way to knee slide and get your hips free. Second, if I'm oh, and there he goes. He makes it happen.
So Swiderski now 4-2. 1:10 remaining. As you mentioned, McNeil from Canada wrestled at Wyoming Seminary. National Prep Champion in 2020, named OW of that tournament. A lot of good freestyle success. His dad represented Great Britain at the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona. So wrestling family down to 60 seconds, but McNeil being doubled up by the Cowboy. Swiderski 4-2.
One of the things about the new three-point takedown is it really weakens the value of the stall call. Right, if you've got a two-point takedown, all of a sudden you get to your feet, two stalling calls, the match is tied. But now you need 3-4 stalling calls to get yourself back in a position to take the lead as the aggressor late. And Swiderski wisely gets to his attack.
There you see David Taylor and Jimmy Kennedy. Oklahoma State coming off a phenomenal year with David Taylor.
We've got Olympic gold medalists in both corners.
Kevin Jackson in 92, of course, David Taylor. I'm sitting next to one, but I will bet not one of you three won the Fonda Youth Classic in 83.
I wasn't even born in 83.
Swiderski continuing his pace. Down to 20 seconds, another shot by Swiderski. Good mat awareness, he knows exactly where he's at. Level change from Swiderski. Good body control
savvy,
there. Yes.
Savvy, smart. Notice how double knee pound, duck under, turns his hips back to the inside and drives him out of bounds. Really savvy, still no stall calls left.
And he can run for the hills. There's a stall call, but that's not going to do anything. In his first match in that orange Oklahoma State singlet, it's Casey Swiderski, 4-2 over Lachlan McNeil.
Swiderski is a very tough wrestler. He's definitely going to be on the podium in March. The only question is how high.
You said it before. He just fits in Stillwater.
He's a wrestler. through and through. He loves to wrestle. It's all he wants to do. He's done an exceptional job at developing and finding a new home. Most